G'day, guys. Welcome back to Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate. So, guys, we've pretty much, talked all week about possibly firing Canada. The chance maybe that Chase Claypool could be traded to the Vikings or maybe possibility the Green Bay Packers. And, of course, TJ Watt coming back. But I wanted to go into a little bit of the history and kind of dive into the notion that the Pittsburgh Steelers have not won in Philadelphia for a very long time. And if you do know how long it's been since the Steelers have won there, feel free to type in the comments below what you think it is. But I will tell you in this episode what it is, and it's quite shocking. It's beyond my time how far or how long ago the Steelers have won in Philadelphia. But before I do that, and I want to talk a bit about the Steelers versus Eagles history, mainly focusing on in Philadelphia, I want to go through the injury report that came out yesterday. Now, there are some kind of alarming names coming up on this report. As I jump into here, let me have a look. So, the game status so far for Week 8. Can you guys believe it's been Week 8? Well, it is Week 8. The Steelers are 2-5. They've really got to get out of their own way. Will it happen? We don't know. Now, Chris Boswell is questionable. I do hope that he's good to go because I don't know who would be behind him. I'm not even sure if the Steelers have a kicker on the practice squad. I'm pretty sure we don't. I'm pretty sure we just have Chris Boswell on the 53. I'm not too sure if the Steelers have a kicker behind him. But if you guys know the information, let me know in the comments below who we have. I don't think we have a guy. Now, also, Josh Jackson is questionable too, right? He's more of a depth guy. Larry Ogunjobi has been playing pretty good football. He's been ruled out for this game. And also cornerback Levi Wallace. So, in that scenario, you might see more Chris Wormley, Isaiah Loudermilk, and replacing Levi Wallace, probably Cam Sutton, maybe Arthur Millette. And there's a possibility that Akila Witherspoon's coming back. Now, we go to Friday, the injury report. Like I said, the names Boswell, Jackson, Wallace out. Now, Montravius Adams was full practice, so you might see him play there. One big name I want to talk about too is the inclusion now of Steven Sims. Hamstring, he's full practice. So I would expect to see Steven Sims returning punts, and I would probably put it out there and say that Olszewski might be a game day scratch. I think Sims will get his job back at returning punts, and I think we need that spark as well. We definitely need a spark there at the kick return and at the punt return. Frymouth, full practice. Cameron Hayward, not injury related, resting the player. And, of course, Ogunjobi. All right, so those are the guys for the practice and the injury report. All right, but I want to go back. I want to go back, and this is quite a stat. This is one of those stats that if you're just an NFL fan, it's pretty amazing when you think about it, right? I used to love the stat that the Bengals hadn't won a playoff game in 30 years until last year. I was counting the days every few months or so. It was about 11,165 days since the Bengals had won a playoff game. Now, they won 3 in a row, and they're back to that streak again. And also, the Steelers are on a pretty long streak right now for a playoff win. We haven't won a playoff win in 5 tries. But I want to go back to this date here. And also, let me know in the comments below if you were born this time, if you remember this game, or, it's quite a long ago. It's quite a long ways ago. October 24th, 1965. The Pittsburgh Steelers beat the Philadelphia Eagles 20-14. Isn't that amazing? That's incredible. That it's that long ago. Almost 60 years ago. That is insane how long ago that was. That is the last time the Pittsburgh Steelers have beaten the Philadelphia Eagles at home. Now, here's a fun fact, right? Here's a fun fact. The Eagles are 9-0 at home versus the Steelers in the Super Bowl era. Because obviously we don't play that, that much. We got AFC, NFC. They don't really meet too many times in that span. And that makes this stat, I guess, even more alarming. Because over the 60-odd years there's not one team from Chuck Noll or from the Super Bowl defense in 1975 that could have handled this team at home. Chuck Noll lost there, Bill Cowher, and Mike Tomlin. And also, guys, I want to bring up Mike Tomlin because this is also another alarming stat. And I think in the preparation for this game, preparation for the Eagles to, Eagles are 6-0, Steelers are 2-5. In preparation, they would love these kind of things. I know if I was a player for that organization or if I had this stat over someone else, I would be honing in on this kind of stuff. They do not want to let this stat up. Not letting the Pittsburgh Steelers win there since October 24, 1965. They don't want to give this up. There's no way. But I did find this out. I found this out. I was reading an article. And Mike Tomlin's Steelers, the Steelers under Mike Tomlin, have only ever scored 9 points. Yep, 9 points. Now, I'll go to the footballdatabase.com where I get all my scores from. The Philadelphia Eagles beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in 2016, 34-3, right? And in 2008, the Philadelphia Eagles beat the Steelers 15-6. Now, they have literally scored only 9 points with the Mike Tomlin as head coach. Does that mean we're only going to see Chris Boswell out there? Well, at the moment, he's questionable. But I'm telling you right now, guys, this is a game. And I know we always try and hype it up so much. You got to go out there and play. You got to play your hardest 100%. But not only are the Pittsburgh Steelers trying to save their season, they're trying to end a Philadelphia streak. Being October 24, 1965 is a long time ago. Almost 60 years. And Mike Tomlin just can't win in Philadelphia. It can't happen. The Steelers can't win there. So that is intriguing to me. Now, can the Pittsburgh Steelers do it? How do the Pittsburgh Steelers finally get over this hurdle, this hump, that is you can't win in Philadelphia? They could easily improve to 10 wins at home, move on, and the Philadelphia Eagles are 7-0, an unbeaten team in the NFL. But the big thing is we need to draw back on any given Sunday. And I think for the Steelers to finally wake up, if there is a rock bottom, if there's anything lower than rock bottom, this has to be the game. And next week, I might say that again. Or after the bye, I might say it again. If they lose this one, this game versus Saints has to be the one to wake up. But it's a recurring theme that we keep saying. This week needs to happen. That week, it's over and over and over. We keep saying this kind of stuff. And all we can really do, guys, at this point in the season is just enjoy the season for what it is. We are 2-5. We're fourth in the division. We're playing some bad football. And can they get out of their own way? Because I believe the Steelers they're hurting themselves. They really are. Most times, and 9 times out of 10, it's not overly the opposition that is winning the games. It's the chances that the Pittsburgh Steelers aren't taking and they aren't executing on plays. They're not doing it correctly. So this game to me being at 1 p.m., haven't won there since 1965. It spells all kinds of trap game, right? The Eagles are in a situation where they, on paper, have to win this game. Like 10 times out of 10, they need to win this game. The only thing I fall back on is in one last hope is can he pick it? Can he go out there and get the team fired up? And can the Pittsburgh Steelers look each other in the eye, shake them by the shoulder pad and say, it's time to grow up. That's what needs to happen. It's time to man up, grow up, and just play some Steeler football. And we haven't seen that. So anyways, guys, I wanted to share those things with you. Hopefully you guys enjoy the game as best you can. The 2-5 Steelers could improve to 3-5. There could be a possibility of TJ Watt coming back. We don't know. But other than that, it's been a very long time since the Steelers have won in Philadelphia. October 24, 1965. Pittsburgh Steelers win 20-14. What will happen next? We don't know.